Well, hello, hello. How are you doing? How are you doing? This is the S. Anthony Thomas. This is the S. Anthony Says podcast, episode number 353. How are you doing? How are you doing, you bastards? Folks, it's a weird week, man. I'm literally sitting here right now as I was setting up the equipment to get ready to do this thing. I was about to record this podcast, and now I'm seeing all this weather that's coming to the East Coast. And I really don't feel like dealing with it, but it's okay. This is the thing. I bought a little bag of salt, okay, to prepare for the snow that came last time. I used all of that salt. Okay, I go to the store, I buy a big bag of salt, and then I'm preparing for a snowstorm that they say this snowstorm is going to be the most devastating, incredible. The snow is actually going to come down. Each piece of snow is going to have a switchblade and try to take your wallet. So I get this big bag of salt, this big monster bag of salt. I get up in the morning early, go, here we go. I didn't even look out the window. I put on the thing. You put your shoes on for the snow. You get all bundled up. You get your shovel. I look outside and the car is wet and the ground's wet. No snow. What the heck is this crap? So I have a gigantic bag of salt in the back of the car. So I'm prepared for that. Right. So that's what I'm doing right now, is watching that weather. But here's what I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted to talk to you about a few things. But what's really, really cool, for the first time in a little while, my little cousin actually came over. She's 2 and change. Granted, she did not come by herself because she's too young to drive. So her mother brought her. That's how it works. And this is the cousin of mine that spent so much time with me when she was a kid that people actually thought she was my daughter, so she brings the baby over to hang out with everybody. And, and it's really weird because I haven't actually seen the baby except online or in videos or in pictures and stuff like that for a few months. And it's really weird to see the cognitive leaps that babies make, because usually when I'm around babies, it's a baby that's around all the time. It's someone that lives really close by. They drive by. And a lot of times my younger relatives, like the babies, if they see my car parked, they make their mothers pull over and come over because they want to see cousin S or uncle S or whatever my relationship with that particular baby is. And I always want to come and hug cousin, uncle S, whoever I am to the baby. But what happened is everybody kind of moved out a little bit, so I don't get to physically see them as much. And thus I don't get to see the babies as much. So the baby comes over, and the last time I saw the little mama, it was like, cup, spoon, like little words here and there. Like she thought she was saying something, give me a big apple. It was like she could throw a word in there. Now she's coming into the house, she's got a personality. She's got her little views on things. She's throwing sentences together that make sense. Every word that comes out of her mouth is clear. It's just really weird when you're away from a baby for any length of time, short lengths of time, because she's only been around for a couple of years, these gigantic cognitive leaps that you see. And it happens to any kid from the age 10 and under. If you don't see them for a couple of months, even a few weeks, they come back and they're different. There's maturity explosions that happen after they're about 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You want to not see them for weeks. God, I just realized as I said that my teenage cousins have discovered that this podcast is also on YouTube, and they said we heard the show and we heard you say stuff about relatives. You were just kidding, right? So I know that you're listening, relatives in the ages of 17 to 25. And I just want to let you know that, of course, I was kidding. Anything that you think applies to you was a joke. Moving back to the story. So it's really weird. Isn't that weird to you when you have the young relative and you're so used to gabby, and then all of a sudden there's words, and then all of a sudden they have sentences. It was just really weird. My cousin, the mother, comes in, hey, yes, hey, blah, blah, blah. And the baby comes in. I look at the baby and I wave, hey, and then I say the baby's name, and she looks up at me, and it was, like I said, I was used to just hearing just little words here and there. And I go, hi, Mama, how are you doing? I'm doing quite well, sir. What? I said I'm doing quite well. I'm really, really glad that you are showing concern about my welfare. Okay. It's really, really, it was a fantastic trip riding over here with my mother. Oh, the times we had in the car. She actually handed me a sippy cup. Oh, those were the days. Okay. You're two. Actually 26 months. I'm 26 months. I'm technically, yes, two. If you would round the number to the closest full digit, it would be two. So I will accept your calling me two. I may ask a question, sir. I haven't been here in a while, and as you know, I'm a little bit more mature than I was the last time I was here. I have forgotten where the poopy room is. Could you instruct me as to where the poopy room is? Okay, you go up the steps, you go up to the top of the steps, you make a left, and then you go all the way to the back. Fantastic. May I ask where the buttocks wipes are? You know, I'm very, very proficient at wiping my own buttocks now. I poop when I want to poop. Isn't that fantastic? Yeah, okay, you can go to the bathroom. And then she went to the bathroom and she came down and I said, what's in your little bag there? Oh, my mother wanted me to give you something here. Okay, what is that? What you did my taxes? Yes, you as a comedian and podcaster were not taking advantage of certain deductions, sir. And I know that as a 50-year-old man, your eyes, although still good for someone your age, and I notice that you're wearing glasses that you need for small print such as pill bottles and such things. But I decided I was going to help you as a senior member of the family, someone who was so gracious and wonderful to my mother in her formative years. I decided to help you save money on your taxes. All of that's true. The 2-year-old just did my taxes. By the way, the podcast is going to have a slight delay because she's 2 and she messed up my taxes and I may be going to jail. When you say to the IRS, listen, the deductions for poopy papers and cartoons and comic books and watching Barney, you can't deduct money for that. And they said, sir, what are you, an idiot? And I said, no, my 2-year-old cousin did my taxes. And then they said, bring out the cuffs. Don't let a 2-year-old do your taxes. She did not do that. But it is really weird to see, and it was really wonderful to see the little baby, beautiful little girl, make these cognitive leaps. That was the thing that was just really cool to see, because I love when the babies come over. And that's what I was doing, and that's why this podcast is a little late, because the baby was here, and I wanted to spend time with the baby, and I also needed to get my tax papers back because she had written on them in crayon. That also did not happen. Okay, this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. I have 2 new sets of shelves, and this is my message to IKEA. And I would like to say, come on, IKEA. Okay, you've been around long enough, all right? I was dreading, because these shelves got delivered here, and I want to thank the person who delivered them for leaving them on the porch and not ringing the doorbell. These gigantic box. I tried to open up the door and I was scared the crap out of me. It was this big giant thing by the door and I'm thinking some giant person is about to attack me. I'm like, why the hell? Cause it was 10 o'clock at night. I was locking the door for the night cause I was in for the night. I opened up the door and there's this big giant shadow at the door. Right. And I'm thinking some big giant dude is standing there. I was like, why is this big giant dude standing there with the word Lowe's on his face? And then I realized it was a Lowe's box. F y'all. So I bring the box in, I drag it in the house, I drag it into the basement, and I'm dreading having to put these things together. Dreading. You know, sometimes you're going to have to do some kind of assembly, doing some kind of assembly on some things that you bring into your house. You dread that crap. It's the exact opposite of what kids feel like during Christmas. When you're a kid, when I was a kid, my sister and my brother and I, we couldn't go downstairs until 7 o'clock in the morning on Christmas morning because my mom didn't want to hear that crap. All right. So we're sitting at the top of the steps. Come on, man. Looking at the clock. Hey, what time is it now? 6:52. Come on, man. 8 minutes, man. Come on. 7 minutes, 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Down the steps. All right. and you couldn't wait. And the night before, you were trying to go to sleep early. You're trying to go to sleep at 7:00, right? Because you want to figure it'll make the time pass. You go to sleep at 7:00, right? And then you wake up at 2:00 in the morning and you can't go back to sleep, and you're sitting there staring at the shadow of the toys you better not even think about trying to play with, right? You walk anywhere near the steps and that sound, your mother goes, "What is going on over there, damn it?" "Nothing." And you got to go back to bed and all of that crap. You try to get up again. You're not going down till 8:00. You know what I'm saying. Well, it's the exact opposite if you're an adult, right? I expected that package to come in the morning time. Because if it comes in the morning time, you can just go, you know what? I don't have to leave until X time, and I'll get on this now. Maybe I'll get one of these things put together, and if it's easy, I'll get the second one put together. Not a big deal. And if you've gotten things from IKEA, I have no problem with IKEA products once they're assembled. But when you get them into the house, good Lord Almighty, the Genome Project is a lot easier than putting together a damn bunch of shelves from IKEA. I've now figured out the human genome sequence. Oh, that's great. Oh man, you're a really fantastic scientist. I think you're a great guy. Thank you very much. Oh, we're going to hold a banquet in your honor. Fantastic. Okay. Now that you're finished with that, I was wondering if you could come over and help me put together this IKEA furniture. Hell no. Jeez, Lord. I mean, I can mess with DNA, but I'm not messing with that bull stuff. Are you crazy? Oh, good. I'm ending the friendship. They wouldn't end the friendship over that. Back to the story. So I'm sitting there, and it's just like I said, it's the exact opposite of how kids feel about Christmas as an adult. And you know what I'm talking about. You got these 2 big boxes or 1 big box or whatever it is, and you're dreading it, you know. And in my case, it was like, oh, tomorrow I got a lot to do, and the next day I got a whole lot of things to do. Oh, I got to find a way to carve out some time to put these stupid things together. And if it's like IKEA, sometimes with IKEA stuff, you put the first one together, it takes 45 minutes. And the second one, as I said in one of my earlier podcasts, you would figure it was going to take 15 minutes because the first one took 45 minutes and you got it down. But that's not the way it works. You put the first one together for 45 minutes. And you know what? Sometimes the second one takes 45 minutes. Why? Well, you get it together. You put it together pretty quickly. You put it together in 15 minutes. But because you're so cocky, you mess something up, and you gotta go and take it all the way apart again, and then put it back together again. Damn. So I've got that horror in my head. Oh no. And I'm looking at the box, and the box is looking at me like, yeah, punk. The second you cut this box open, I'm going to ruin your day, punk. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is going to take a long time. Look how this box is tall as you. And you remember how heavy it was, right? It's heavy because I'm heavy because I got a lot of pieces in here, man. Oh, it's going to take a long time. In fact, I don't even know if I have all the pieces, punk. You may put me together and find out that there's a couple of pieces missing, and you're going to have to order those pieces, and you're going to have me sitting there partially assembled, and it's going to take a long time for the pieces to come, and some kids are going to come over and see this thing sitting here, and they're going to jump on it and push it and do all sorts of dumb kid crap to it and bend it and twist it and mess it up, and then when a part comes, it won't fit because it's been bended and twisted and messed with by the punk ass kids, and you're going to have to throw it away and buy it all over again, and you're going to go, hey, well, I got these extra parts, so if the other piece comes and it doesn't have these parts, obviously they mess up on these parts, I've got the extra parts, not a problem, and it comes and it does have parts missing, different parts missing, and you gotta go through that crap again. Deal with it, human. That's what I'm expecting. So I'm dreading it. I pull out the box cut. I said, you know what? Screw this crap. I'm just going to do this early in the morning. And I'm not going to get punked in my own house by some punk ass boxes. Hey, punk ass boxes, slice, take that, punk. And I slice the side off, and I see a whole lot of crap wrapped in plastic, and I'm going, is it too late to tape this box back together? No. And then I cut the plastic off to pieces. And these two big sections of shelves, these two big shelves, are like two big Lego pieces. Literally, just Lego pieces. There's the bottom shelf. There's 4 plastic pipes. You force the 4 plastic pipes into the corner. You take the next shelf, you balance it on that, slide it down, and you repeat that until the shelf is completed. Took me 4 minutes to put the damn thing together. It took me longer to cut the plastic off than to assemble it. So I go to the next one, and the next one takes even less time. The next one takes like 3 minutes to put together. I was literally sitting there all night, dreading it, tossing and turning, afraid of what was about to happen, afraid that this thing was going to take up my whole day. I was punked by a box, and I didn't even know what was in it. Oh, I felt ashamed. And I put the shelves where they needed to be. And I started to fold up the box for the recycling. And I rolled it up. And I put it in the recycling bin. And as I was walking away, I could hear the box going, bitch. And I was like, you mother sucker. Rotten, stinking box. Punking me. And I could hear the shelves in the basement going, yeah, the box got him good. Punk ass shelves. Now, here's the bad part. I call up a relative to complain, and I call up a friend to complain. The relative laughs at me because, well, they're related to me, so they have no sympathy. They work me over the same way I would work them over for embarrassing themselves like losers. But, but the friend say, oh, man, so you're dressed and everything. Oh, yeah. You about to leave, huh? Yeah. So you got the shelves together, huh? Yeah. I was going to come over and help you out. I said, I know. It's no problem. As it turns out, it's pretty easy. And all of a sudden, my punk ass friend realized that I'm now available and I got time to kill. And unfortunately, it's one of them friends that always needs help with something, right? All of a sudden, instead of having that extra time because the thing was put together so quickly, I'm thinking I'm going to have some extra time to watch some porno. Write some jokes. Don't judge me, F y'all. And this punk ass gave me errands to run while I was out. Right? And the bad part about it was he was also talking to another friend right after that. And now the other friend knows I'm out getting stuff from the store for this bastard because I have to go past his house to go to where I have to do the stuff I want to do. And now all of a sudden, I got another friend calling. Hey, yes, I understand you're at the market now. While you're there, would you mind picking up a little bit of lappity back hap for me? Hey, no problem, man, no problem. Hello? Hey, yes, this is your other friend, just like those other two punk ass friends. You know, your friends ratted you out and let me know that you were in the supermarket. I was wondering if you were there. Could you buy the back? And now all of a sudden I went in there for 2 things. I got a damn cart full of crap. And instead of spending $4 in the store, I wound up spending $37 for people, you bastards. Errands are like party crashers, right? Not for your errands, but when errands for somebody else are like party crashers. Once you invite one in, they go to the back, they pull their cell phone out, and then they call their friends. Like the trip to the supermarket number 1 was like, hey, trip to the supermarket number 2? Did you know that S. Anthony was going to the store because he's going to pass his friend's house? He is? Yeah. Maybe you should call him and ruin some more of his day. I think I will. Hello? Yes, this is errand number 2. Ah, damn. Why did I answer the phone? All right. Hey, what's going on? This is errand number 2. Yes, this is errand number 3. You know, S. Anthony's already in the store. He is? That dumb bastard. I'm going to call him. Hello? This is errand number 3. Damn. Bastards. Now, the bad thing about going to the supermarket in this particular case is this is the market that I go to regularly. And when I go to this market, when I went to this market originally, I had a twisted knee the first time I went to the market. So I'm limping around and I got to get some stuff and I'm doing my weekly shopping and I'm struggling. And the guy helps me get my stuff to the car. And I really appreciate it. And I knew that I was going to give him a couple of bucks. So I gave him a couple of bucks to help me out. So for the next couple of weeks, my knee was jacked up. So I needed the help. But as the weeks went on, my knee got stronger and stronger and it was back to normal. So I was fully functional. I wasn't in any pain and I was back to normal. So I didn't need any help getting stuff back to the car. But this guy was so nice and so cool. I was like, you know what? I mean, this guy's out here hustling to make some bread. He's not doing anything wrong. He's just helping people. And it's like $2 or $3. Who cares? And I like the guy now. I know his name and I know some of his life story because, I've seen him so many times. So what the hell? And also it's habit now. So what the hell? Right? So every time he sees me, I gives him the bucks. He takes the stuff to the car. Beep, bop, bop, skip a dop, de bop. Whoop, 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 blip, blip, de blam. We're done. They're good and everything's great. Right? Then one day, it turns out he had some personal things to deal with. And I go to the store. And while he was there was another guy always eyeing me because as it turns out, the other people that were giving people money to giving money to the guys carrying the stuff to the car weren't giving $2 or $3 like I was giving. They were giving $1 here, 75 cents there, right? So I'm kind of like, how when in the casinos, they call them whales, right? Those are the big gamblers. And the casinos always fight over the big gamblers. You have people coming from overseas, billionaires from overseas, celebrities, people that can go into the casino and lose $50,000, $100,000, and sometime in the case of billionaires, millions of dollars. And it doesn't affect them and they'll come back. And in the long run, they'll lose more money. Every once in a while they'll win some money, but for the most part, it's a casino. You're going to lose money if you keep playing. But they don't care. It's their form of enjoyment. So the casinos fight over those whales. So as it turns out, when it comes to taking stuff to the car, I am a taking stuff to the car whale for these dudes. And I was loyal to that guy, right? And when that guy wasn't there, I saw the guy he was the first one up to me and the other guy wasn't there. So no big deal, right? And he didn't know how much money I was giving the guy, right? So what happened was I see him. He goes, "Hey, sir, can I help you out? Cause your buddy's not here." I say, "Hey, no problem, buddy." And I let him take my stuff to the car. No problemo, right? He carries the stuff to the car. I give him the $3 and he looks at me like, "Oh, so did you mean to give me this amount of money?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh. Cool, great." And what happened after that? He goes back and tells everybody, "That guy right there gave me $3. They're like, "What? $3? Damn! I was getting like 50 cents from people in the corner and stuff. I didn't know that brother was giving the $3. The brother, oh man." Now, my boy who normally would carry the stuff out wasn't there. I go back and now this other guy is doing the carrying and all of a sudden they're like clamoring to get to me first, right? The guy that normally works with me was probably, I think he was in the store getting something to eat or going to the bathroom or something. So another guy helped me out, right? And as I'm driving away and I give the guy the $3, the guy that normally works with me, who was in the bathroom, looks out like, "What the hell?" He wasn't mad at me. He was mad at the other guy. And I saw them arguing. Didn't think much of it because who cares? I'm out. Then one day the inevitable happened. I show up and the original guy is there. And the second guy is there. And the other guy is there. All 3 dudes are there. Right? All 3 dudes are there. And I pull up to the thing and they're all looking at me, right? And each one of them was looking at me as if they knew I was going to go directly to them. I didn't give a crap. Whoever's got 2 hands to carry this crap, I don't really need anyone to carry my crap anyway, right? So I do my shopping. And this time I know I got somebody to help me out. So I get some extra waters and some heavy stuff, right? So I come out and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, all 3 dudes roll up. and they're jumping on my cart, and they're grabbing my cart. And each one of them, one guy's pulling it one way, the other guy's pulling it the other way. The other guy's got the handles. I'm taking him. F you, man. You two motherfucker. No, man, I'm the one that's the one that he was working with the first time. Yeah, well, you wouldn't hear that other time he started working with me. Yeah, but that one time I got the $3, so I don't care about y'all, man. I'm gonna get this $3. You ain't gonna get this $3. I ain't gonna get this $3. You ain't gonna get this $3. How about? And one guy of the three tries to be reasonable. How about we all help and we get $1 apiece? And there was a slight pause. And I'm thinking, hey, that's pretty cool, because normally you guys don't even get $1 to do this. That's what I'm thinking. So the simple fact that y'all can all get $1 apiece is more than you were getting anywhere, right? So cool, great. And I'm thinking that there's this peace. I'm figuring all of a sudden, I'm in Switzerland, baby. I'm in Switzerland. It's all good. And there was a pause of about 2 seconds. And then one of them went, hell no. So they're all pulling on, and I'm stepping back like, guys. Now I've walked away from the cart. The cart's behind me. And now there are 3 guys standing in front of me going, no, you're with me. He's mine. They're saying he's mine to me. And some nice old lady walks up behind me and she looks at them and looks at me and she goes, you really shouldn't play with gentlemen's hearts like that. You should just, if you love one of them, you should just find one and stick with the one that you love. Just look at what's going on here. When you sit there and you abuse the hearts of 3 people, now you've got these 3 nice gentlemen fighting over you. I can see why you're attractive young man, but I can't believe, just because you're an attractive young man does not mean you should play with the hearts of these 3 guys. And I'm going, I'm not nailing these 3 dudes. I'm not gay. They're trying to fight over who's they're gonna get their hands on my cart and take it back to the car. And she goes, sure, whatever you need to do to make yourself feel better. Just be better and pick one. And then she walked away. She probably still thinks that I banged those 3 dudes. And if you're listening, lady, I'm not banging dudes. And even if I was, it wouldn't be these 3 chumps. Anyway. I'll be honest with you, when she said that, I was laughing my ass. I'm laughing hysterically because she thinks that they're fighting over me because I'm dating them, I'm banging them, and they're fighting over the cart. And I didn't even correct her. I literally was laughing hysterically, and she walked away. The hell do I care, right? Okay, back to the story. So these 3 guys, man, he's with me. And I said, listen, guys, I gotta go. Okay, if y'all want to do rock, paper, scissors, whatever the hell you got to do to calm down and get your punk asses so I can get this crap in my car or do whatever it is. So you know what? How about this? I got $3. Y'all each get $1 a pop. Take the stuff to my car. And when I come back, I'm just going to go back to the original dude. It was the dude that had me doing this in the first place. It's only fair. He wasn't there gone that long. He was only gone for a couple of weeks, which is only like 4 trips to the supermarket. You knew I was using that guy for a long period of time. You knew you were second in line and you're the new guy. So let's just chill this out. All right. Pause. Then the original guy goes, hell no, F these 2 N-words, right? And then he just pushes them both away. F y'all, I'm the one that started this. And they're like, all right, man, it's cool. And then they walk away. And then I gave him the $3 and then he helped me take my stuff to the car. And then this is the best part. I'm standing at the car with the original dude, and all my stuff is in my trunk and everything, right? So we're talking, blah, 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 blah. So we're just laughing and joking with each other. I was like, man, these dudes trying to roll in on your business, blah, 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 blah. And so we're laughing and joking and everything. And I'm teasing him about his, cause he's roughly my age. I'm teasing him about his daughter. And, I said, teasing him about his daughter and his wife. And he's teasing me about, something, I forgot what it was. And so we're laughing and joking and I high five and we bro hug. And the same old lady walks past and sees me bro hug that guy. And she looks at me and she winks and smiles and gives me the thumbs up like, finally, you've picked the gay partner for yourself. Right. And just to make her feel, that she made the right choice, I banged the guy right there. Of course, that's not true. I went over and banged the old lady. just to prove that I'm heterosexual. That also didn't happen. But she did wink and walk away. And then as he walked away laughing, I laughed, and he goes, "What the hell is she thinking?" I go, and then I explained to him what she said. He's laughing his ass off. I'm laughing my ass off. We high five. I get in the car and come home. The adventures continue. And that was my few days, my friends. Folks, as always, you guys have been incredible to me, you cool bastards. Thank you very much for the support for this podcast. Thank you very much for the support for the other podcasts, because you guys have been supporting the other podcasts as well. This episode is over. This episode of the Yes Anthony Says podcast is over. Much love to you all. Thank you for the kind words in the email. Thank you for the retweets, the reblogs, the re-everythings. This podcast is everywhere. Stitcher Radio, TuneIn, iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, of course, which hosts this. Basically, if you just look up my name, S. Anthony Thomas, you'll find both podcasts, this one and the other podcast called the S. Anthony Thomas Show. They're both available. They're both new every week, and probably a little bit more than every week. I'll start putting some more episodes up on both podcasts because I got more stuff I want to put up on both podcasts. I actually hold myself back on the podcast. I could actually do a 3-hour podcast every day by myself if I wanted to, but they need people to go, enough of you, jackass. So folks, thank you for everything. Much love to every last one of you. I truly do appreciate you guys. You're the coolest bastards in the world. I know everybody talks about their listeners and how cool they are, but my listeners are, aka you bastards, are really, really cool. Much love to you. Thank you very much. And I will talk to you next time, my friends. So I'm going to say goodbye right now the way I always say goodbye. You know what I'm talking about. We've been doing this for 5 years now. We're going to do it together on the count of 3. Okay. You ready? 1, 2, 3. S. Anthony out.
Go. S. Anthony Thomas. Go. S. Anthony Thomas. Go. S. Anthony Thomas. Go. S. Anthony Thomas. Go ahead and laugh. Go ahead and smile. Go ahead and giggle. We're gonna get wild. Go ahead and clap. Go ahead and cheer. We're gonna have a good time while up in here.